today. From Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Justin Fields and the Tennessee Titans taking on Trevor Lawrence and the...
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Fields in right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. He hit pay dirt so many times we almost lost track. Every time we turned around, he was in the end zone.
And those weren't all just 1-yard plunges either, partner. I mean, he ripped off a few long jaunts as well.
Fields throws taken in by Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Henry up the middle. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Henry. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 11 more on that one and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Here's Fields. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Now Fields. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Henry will score. Touchdown, Tennessee. Caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal. They've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Extra point up and good by Bullock, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Credit the tackle for loss to Harold Landry.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
55 rushing yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. They too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of 85. But then they never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's 3rd year, playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Henry again. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Titans go up by 2 touchdowns. Bullock good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive goes 8 plays, and Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. As we roll on here in the month of December, Week 14 coming up tonight. We got a good one in the AFC West. Get the Parkas out. Kansas City and Denver from the frigid Empower Stadium at Mile High. And then tomorrow night, you can turn those parkas in for some shorts, golf polos, and flip-flops. Monday Night Football in Arizona.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Roquan Smith.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a three-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the mass of bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, his 5th overall. And the Titans have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And it's now 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now.
Lawrence. He'll connect on the out route with Ingram.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And Ingram holds it in.
And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Lawrence will throw.
This one complete to Christian Kirk.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
From the 35 on 2nd down,
Lawrence. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
It's Devin White, the linebacker. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Fields. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Titans! Jameson Williams hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to widen their lead here in this first half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Odafe Oweh in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. To try again after the sack, Lawrence, and his throw here's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
On third down, Robinson. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. And that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I'll bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see.
And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville offense ready to go back to work.
And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the INT column.
So they've got to get him going, obviously, right? So you've got to get him in rhythm. And we always think of short passes. I think of jet sweeps where they just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, that counts as a forward pass. And then you can say to him, look at that. You completed 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now you've got to get your confidence going.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. They'll get this to about the 38. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. You're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him. Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of the receiver, Chenault. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Working with a 2nd and 3. Here's Lawrence to throw.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jeffrey Simmons just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Here's Lawrence.
He'll buy some time right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third.
Now a first down throw. Fields. Open man, completes it to Claypool.
Titans. Chase Claypool, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
Rolling to his left. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guy stopped.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coach.
Touchdown! Odell Beckham, 47 yards.
And the Titans take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening it up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Pulling good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
But it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And he is going to have a Jags first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 41-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Now Lawrence.
He completes it to Jones.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Lawrence.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jeffrey Simmons picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Titans are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And it's a Titans touchdown.
Jalen Waddle.
58 yards.
And the Titans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. Lawrence. Caught on the right side by Jones.
Lawrence to Jones, first down, Jacksonville.
They'll look to throw.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 37. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
John Franklin Myers in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
It's a big play for the Jaguars. 41 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Jags are going to take over at their own 41.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Tennessee, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, it's a potentially